This month, NOAA announced more than $3 billion in funding, the largest investment ever handed out in the agency's history.
And a lot of that money is heading to Washington and will be used to remove culverts and dams. Washington will receive $83 million for a new science center, $390 million for tribal fisheries, and more than $500 million for a new grant program that will help coastal communities.
Fox 13's Matthew Smith went to Stanwood, where a large chunk of land will be restored along the Stillaguamish River.
This particular project is 480 acres, and it's not like you're just folding land into the river. I mean, we're talking about farmland. You can see this is land that was worked since the 1800s. That's all going to change, but there's more than 20 projects getting funding in this area, and that's not the only stuff we're talking about. That's habitat restoration. This NOAA funding is going to affect all sorts of things around the country, and a lot of the money is coming right here.
Because the dollars are so much more, really an order of magnitude more than what we've been funded in the past, we know that this is a really opportune time to do the big work and advance projects like we haven't been able to do before. That is a real success and a real accomplishment of this bipartisan infrastructure law.
It's a windfall of cash that will affect Washington for years to come. Where Laurel Jennings stands, farmland with buildings, will one day look more like this: estuary habitat for salmon, the way the land looked in the 1800s. By removing dikes and returning nature, you get a bevy of benefits. Flood mitigation as sea level rise and climate change comes into view, but more immediately, salmon recovery. This is one of 23 projects just in the Whidbey Basin that's receiving funding. It clears the way for design, contractors, and permitting. But there's even more at play. Other projects beyond the 20-plus restoration sites will range from replacing Seattle's old fisheries science center to removing dams and culverts that block salmon habitat. That work matters for salmon. But as the Department of Fish and Wildlife tells me, all those projects pay dividends to our country's infrastructure.
We've put a lot of hard infrastructure in places that it's really at risk, and that puts our people at risk and our ability to move our transportation networks. Those places are going to be at risk as well. So, and it takes a while. Sometimes these restoration projects, what you see here is the result of decades and decades of work to try to prepare the landscape and to work with local communities, where now we're able to accept some of this funding and make some big changes.
So we're talking about funding for all sorts of projects all over the country. But like I said, a lot of it is coming here to Washington. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we're talking about how farmlands and projects like this will be affecting everyone in our area. We're breaking that down again in our 5 o'clock hour. For now, we're in Snohomish County. Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.